Hey guys, it's Comic Quiz here bringing another comic review, and today I'm going to be doing Age of Ultron issue 8. Age of Ultron issue 8. So in this issue, continuing from last week's issue, we see that Tony Stark has downloaded, that guy in Iron Man suit is Tony Stark. He has downloaded the memories of both Wolverine and Sue Storm, and he's turned them into files and he's looking through them. So as he's doing this, he's consulting Emma Frost and Charles Xavier, who are with him, talking about what these images he's seeing, how can they be real? Because according to the images and what they've told him from reading their minds, is that Sue and Wolverine aren't scrolls, that their memories are perfectly in sync, and that the memories of this future tragedy that happens with the whole Ultron thing, that it's real, that it can't be a trick. But Tony doesn't seem to be totally convinced, because apparently in their world something else happened about with that Vera Asgard war, and some woman named Morgana Le Fay, who was leading the Asgardian sides against the Earth, and apparently he was thinking that maybe this was some kind of her trick, maybe trying to destabilize them or something like that. But Emma Frost and Charles are like, no, this is real, it can't be her doing. So Tony goes to confront Wolverine, and then he talks to him about the effects of what he's done, and saying that at first when they found Hank Pym, they thought that a Skrull had killed him, but in fact no, it was actually this Wolverine that was in front of him. Also talks to him about how, because Tony was pretty angry about this, so even though what Wolverine did, killing Hank Pym and everything, stopped the whole Ultron thing from happening, it didn't exactly make things better, because apparently the whole Latveria Asgard war occurred, and apparently Thor died in that battle. But before that battle, the Avengers split up. Also, along with that happening, Tony Stark in that war lost half of his body. That's why he looks so weird. So he's more machine than man now. So and he's pretty angry, like I said. He's constantly hounding Wolverine, like, was that your own option of killing him? Why didn't you try to convince him? But Wolverine's like, I would have convinced him, but even your other self said it, that if I did, he wouldn't have listened. He probably would have still done it anyway and tried to have made it better, and everything would have played out the same way it would have. So, and he starts bringing up all these other ideas, like, why didn't this come to me? And then I could have made like some kind of virus or whatever to stop everything. But Wolverine was like, well, your other self never came up with that idea. So again, meanwhile this is happening, Sue Storm's locked up, so she breaks out and she escapes. So outside you see the Defenders. They were all asking questions Emma Frost and Xavier questions about what's going on with the other two, with the other Wolverine and Sue Storm. Are the clones, Skrulls, whatever, what's going on with that? But they didn't want to tell him, and they didn't want to tell them anything. So Ben Grimm especially gets all pissed, and they're like, alright, I'm gonna go see them. But and they all cause this big commotion, and a fight breaks out. But they all make their way to, all the Defenders make their way to Sue's cell, but they find out she's already gone. So then we see Tony Stark still interrogating the other our Wolverine, the one we've been following. But then he finds out that Sue escaped, so he goes after her to go and kill her, saying that he's going to rectify all the wrongs they've done by killing both of them. But then Morgana Le Fay, who Tony's been going on about, appears with her army again. So the Defenders, they're all panicking, like, we're not ready, we can't take them on now. But they have no choice, so they have to start fighting, and the Defenders get taken out, wiped out like that. Even Hulk gets blasted by Morgana Le Fay. So Tony Stark charges at her. He's doing the best he can with himself and his drones, but then they ultimately lose, really. I think Wolverine and Sue Storm were able to get out safely, but then as Tony and Morgana are still fighting, she says, how glorious this is. How about you take a look behind you just to see how beautiful this day is turning out to be. And when he looks back, the helicarrier which they were on is destroyed, and it plummets into the city, and that's when the issue ends. So if you've been following my previous reviews, I've been saying that it seems a bit pointless, this whole story for me. I wasn't really enjoying it at first, but as it has been going on, it's been getting better for me. Issues 6 and 7 were very, very interesting. how we see Wolverine killing Hank Pym to change the future. Then we see what happened in issue 7, how much the future had changed, but it didn't change for the better. And now we just see in this issue just how bad things have gotten, and it's very interesting to see. Like, now we had the Ultron thing. Now we've got this whole Latvian Asgard war that happened instead. So it's thinking, like, did he really make things better? Of course not. He just made things. But in a way, he didn't make things better, but he didn't make things worse either, because in either way, everyone's still screwed in the end of the day. So looking at the preview for next issue, it looks like it says Wolverine vs. Wolverine, which leads me to believe that they might go back in time again, and Wolverine might have to try and stop himself. But this is just like my speculation, of course. So maybe Wolverine might stop himself from killing Hank Pym. So overall, I'll give this an 8. A very interesting issue, just to see how you've gone from one bad situation into another, just how different things are. We just see what the ramifications of changing time is, like the whole butterfly effect, what everybody's been talking about. And in the end of the day, you can't really blame Wolverine, because he did the best that he could. Because we saw in issue, I think it was issue 6, issue 6, when the Nick Fury's strike team went into the future to take on Ultron, but they got annihilated. So Wolverine did what he had to do. Excuse me. In the end, even though he did mess things up again, but he did the best that he had. He did, at least what he did, change things in a way. What the Avengers did in the future did nothing. But now, even though he's still in a crap situation, at least he did the best that he could. So now it's interesting to see what they're going to do next issue, because like I said, I think they might go back in time again. Wolverine might stop himself from killing Hank Pym, and let's just see how all this plays out, because I think there are a couple more issues left. Maybe about like 4, maybe. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, I can't wait for it, because this has been getting better slowly but surely. It's been getting better, and very interesting to see what if scenario with this whole Ultron thing, because this isn't a tie into the regular universe at all, which in a way it kind of annoyed me a bit, because I thought it would tie in just to see the whole effect of the whole Ultron thing, but no, it's an alternate universe. So yeah, that's it for this review. I give this an 8, like I said. So comment down below in the comments and tell me what you thought of this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think of this whole time altering scenario now? Because we've gone from the whole Ultron thing, and we've gone to this whole Latvian Asgard war. So what do you think of that? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or do you even like the whole Age of Ultron story arc so far? Tell me in the comments down below. And this has been Comic Quiz, signing out, guys. See you next time.